Ugh, look at this hair. Hi guys, it's Billy Tarasio. Welcome back to the channel. I've got a specific request here from Count Dracula on how non-custodial parents' rights work. And we are happy to field these types of questions. So if you've got your questions, put them in the comments. I am happy to answer them. Also, don't forget to subscribe. So here's the question. Can you do a video on non-custodial parents with no custodial rights making decisions for the child without the sole custodial parent's knowledge or permission? And I think it's a she, yeah. And she goes on to give more details. I have sole custody with 90-10 parenting. Anytime my ex has our son, he refuses to inform me where he is, who's watching him, which is a direct violation of our court order, and severely limits my contact with him by not allowing any phone access or limiting it, while also supervising it and monitoring / telling our son what not to say and ordering him to hang up on me. Sometimes he even screams at me to hang up. Recently, he exercised visitation and had numerous people watch our son without informing me or my permission. He had him enrolled and attending a religious summer youth camp for a religion we were not a part of without my knowledge or permission. This religious group pushed homophobic views and ideas on our kid. Our son is very feminine, so this was utterly upsetting. He additionally placed him in a reading program without my knowledge or permission. The reading program facility posted a photo of our son to advertise their services. They included his name without my permission. The ex put him in soccer without my knowledge or permission. It's like my ex erases me as a parent when he has our kid and dumps him off anywhere without informing me. I feel hopeless. Okay, so this is hard, and I want to be sensitive to your feelings. Custody means, in Arizona, legal decision making. Those are major decisions. Who makes the major decisions? And typically, when you have parenting time, you are free to do whatever you want during your parenting time, even if the parenting time is 90-10. That dad, when he has his son, your son, has really, unless there's a court order and specific circumstances. So let's say that this guy is super dangerous and therefore his parenting rights are very, very limited because he's been a criminal or abusive in the past, then maybe this doesn't apply. But with any other circumstance, if a dad wants to put a kid in a reading program, as long as that's not conflicting with, that's an educational decision, so he technically should tell you. But is the court going to punish him for putting your child in a reading program? Probably not. Normally, a parent does not need permission about who watches their kids. You are allowed to get whatever daycare providers you want or childcare providers you want during your parenting time. So many of the things that you are unhappy with, really, you don't have a leg to stand on. And there's something called parallel parenting that is a very useful tool. And it basically says, when you are having parenting time, you cut off the other parent. You have your parenting time uninterfered with by the other party, uninterrupted by the other party, which means phone contact. If you've got 90-10 time, he's only got 10% of time with your son, then that time should be mostly free from you, unless he's dangerous, unless there's a drinking and driving issue, unless there's some major issue that I don't know about. Your son should be able to have 10% of his time with his dad without you calling, without you asking where he is, without you knowing where he is, without you tracking his location, without you calling to cut him off, to tuck him in at night. And this is really hard for people, especially when you're the primary parent and you have your child 90% of the time. And so you're thinking about them and you're like, what are they doing? And what's he eating? Is he having a good time? And you miss him and you want to know how things are going. But back to your question, there's not a lot here that is going to be concerning to a court. If your ex signs him up for soccer and takes him to soccer during his parenting time, Court's not going to have a problem with that. If he took him to a religious youth camp, does that violate religious decision-making? Probably not. So if he had him baptized, that would be different. If he started involving him in rituals or, something like that, that could be an issue. But a summer camp, probably not an issue. It's really up to this father to do what he wants to do. Unless your circumstances are so different that I've gotten this wrong. But for the vast majority of parents out there, this advice applies to you. You can do what you want with your children during your parenting time without the input, contact, opinion, or interference of the other parent. So I know you might not like that answer, but at least in Arizona, it's the way it is. Don't forget to subscribe and keep those questions coming. We'll talk to you soon.